Hey there, welcome to the November Analytics channel review for Gray Hair Gaming. You guys are awesome. Thank you. If you're watching this video, you must care about what's happening on the channel, and I can't thank you enough for just caring about it. On today's video, we're going to change things up just a little bit. I'm first going to talk to you about our new patrons on Patreon. All right? And I want to talk to you about why. So that's the first thing I'm going to get to. I'm kind of giving you the table of contents, and then we'll get into the content. So we're going to talk about Patreon and my new patrons. We're going to talk about analytics. And at the end of the video, so you got to stay and kind of watch it, I'm going to talk about some upcoming content that we're going to have in December and maybe bleeding into January on the channel. So thank you so much for being here. So let's go into Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, I did a 49-minute video, which is probably a bit too long, explaining why I'm doing a Patreon. If you don't know what it is, go to the link in the description. I'm not trying to just get you to go look at it, but there's a video on the landing page here that explains what Patreon is and how it helps the channel. Essentially, instead of having to rely solely on ad revenue from YouTube, which if you haven't seen me on Twitter recently, has been a bit of a bear. Like, their algorithm keeps demonetizing my videos and then going like, oh, like 24 or 48 hours later, oh, that was fine. But in the meantime, you've lost out on all of that ad revenue, especially like the first 24 hours of a video where a lot of you are watching. So what Patreon is essentially people saying, hey, I'm going to support you because I like you as a creator. And 9 people have stepped up to do just that, and they're crazy people. The other thing I want to point out before I get to the list of folks that are actually supporting me is the value that's shown here. It was kind of confusing to me, but apparently the $30, it does the math for you on what you get after fees, because Patreon takes 5% for transaction fees and all that good stuff, and 5% for themselves, which is fair because they're providing a service. So if you've been sitting there and you're like, wait a minute, I gave enough. Like, let's say you're at whatever, we're at 9 patrons at 30 and you give $5 and you pledge right now and it goes from 10, it probably wouldn't jump to 35. It might jump to like 34, something like that. But I've decided, I think in these analytics videos, I'm going to do a rundown of everybody supporting the channel, because I've kind of sprinkled it into the various episodes of like the Journeyman, but what if someone's been watching Salvaging Sunderland and not the Journeyman? So they're not getting that shout out. And I think doing, because I'm always going to do a monthly analytics review to kind of go over everything that's going on the channel. I think it makes sense in that video to talk about our patrons, just to make sure they get the shout out they deserve. So let me run down these people. So Jason Duncan just signed up, I think it was today or yesterday, and it is an unbelievable pledge. Thank you so much. He signed up today. Nicholas Dude, Josh Doler, Chris Carpenter, Chris Askew, Igor Fanar Anderson, Sani Plays, Craig Havley, and Eduardo Valente are supporting the channel directly. I can't thank you all enough for doing that. It means a lot. That $30 is probably going to go towards, honestly, Windows 10, because what I've discovered is my webcam that you're watching me on, it's a 1080p webcam unless you're using Windows 7, in which case it's not, and it can only do 720p. So I'd like to make this bigger to where I could be up the whole screen or something like that if I want to like talk directly to you all as an audience, or even if it's just like a skit in one of the episodes I'm doing. But right now, if I blow up the image too big, I get blurry, and I'm like, what the heck? And it's because something to do with Windows 7. Yes, it's 2017 and I'm on Windows 7. Shame on me. So that's probably the first thing that's going to go towards. But this stuff, guys, it goes towards new lights and new equipment and taking my wife out on a date, because she puts up with me doing this stuff for hours on end. So I think this is a good place to say thanks for your support on the channel. Now, let's go look at the analytics, shall we? So November was crazy. 234,000 minutes of watch time is 3,914 hours and 163 days of video content being consumed all day long, every single day. That is absolutely crazy. So that was up. Views is down, but really views are up. Was like confusing. I'll talk about that here in a second. Likes are up, We had some dislikes. Okay, you're gonna get those. Comments are up. I don't know what's going on my screen here. Okay. 368 subscribers. I started September with like 282, and we grew last month more than I did in the first, whatever that was, 8 months of the channel. What in the world? View duration has come back very strong, which ties into views being down but really being up. So we'll talk about that. And then we've already talked about the revenue. My best video was Salvaging Sunderland, the episode 1, which kind of surprised me at first, but then I thought, okay, that was when the beta came out and everybody's like, I need FM18 content. And like, you know, boom, jumping on. And also because Sunderland has been so bad, unfortunately, in the championship in real life, that I think that's drawn some. But then the Journeyman intro episode was quite popular from a watch time. US Soccer, the announcement for the roster for the Portugal friendly. And then I'm really pleased that like the rest, I mean, there's US Soccer considering running the World Cup of Sadness in 2018. And then the rest is all FM18 content. You've got UK at 28%, United States at 27%, neck and neck. Denmark still hanging in there, 11%. Norway coming in strong. What's up, Norway? 3%. Germany at 2.7%. But I'm gonna kick it over to the spreadsheet here. If you're new around here, I always track things in this fancy spreadsheet because I like to break it down on a per day. You can't see me highlighting, so I'm gonna do it real. Oh, you can't see that. That's strange. I'm looking at really the section right here, the per day. We'll look at the November, like the aggregate stats first, but really what I think is most important is breaking it down per day because obviously there's different days in every month, right? 30 versus 31. But as you can see, going to column L over there next to where my cursor is. Oh, I guess the cursor works, the highlighting doesn't. Okay, interesting. 28,922 views, which is down 7.48%. But not really, right? Because 31,000 views, fantastic in October, but 14,000 of those came on one US Soccer video, and it was right after the failure to qualify for the World Cup, and there's lots of people on YouTube searching for it. But those people didn't watch that whole video. Now, some of you are here, and you stuck around, and like that's why you're watching this video, so thank you for doing that. But there was a lot of people, like that's why the average view duration in October was under 6 minutes, is there was a bunch of people that searched, but they didn't stay on the video. So that hurts. So if you really take out those 14,000 views, you're down to like 17,000 views in October versus 28,000 without that video being like, not viral, but for the channel, viral, right? So it's really a huge month. Like if you compare to September with 6,200, I mean, it's 4.5 times as much. Like that is just, I've been sitting here all month like, this is crazy. I feel like I've broken YouTube in a good way. Like, yay. Same thing with watch time. Obviously you can look at September 50,000. That's 4.5 times roughly, up to November's 234,000. And that's the indicator, right? So more views in October, less watch time. So that means the people that are watching now and viewing now and clicking on the videos are actually watching the videos, which is why the watch time on average has jumped up to 8 minutes and 7 seconds, which is the second best month we've had, August being the best month, but a obviously significant difference from October. So that's huge. Average percentage viewed, 40%, really, really healthy. The highest percentage we've had ever. Subscribers average viewed 49%, which is the highest ever. Like, you guys are crushing it by watching these videos. Thank you so much. And it's weird. It still weirds me out a little bit to be like, wow, 40%'s good and 49%'s good. It's like, well, the other half of the video I thought was good. But that's just like, that's how YouTube works, is like some people drop off halfway through. Some people, you know, they have to go do something and they only watch the first 30 seconds and whatever. And that obviously plays out. But that means this past month, more people watched more of the video than they ever have before, which is crazy. Likes, I don't know why this has a decimal. It doesn't need one. You don't get percentages on or decimals on likes. 1,794, which is 31% increase, including October with the crazy video. So that's huge. Likes down just a fuzz. Like, I'm not concerned about that, but you know, liking videos does help YouTube see that you like the content. And it also tells other people that you like the content. It tells the algorithm this is good content. Show other people this content. So if you don't mind, if you've watched any of my videos recently and you haven't hit the like button, go back and do it. It helps out, or just do it moving forward, because whatever you want to do, but it does help. Subs added. We added 19% more subs than we did in October when we had the big video. Again, look at September. 24 subs added. 309 in October, 368 in November. That is absolutely mind-blowing. Total subs, 268 in September. I mean, just look at this. 20, 32, 45, 51, 73, 130, 186. Okay, we're gaining momentum here. 244, 268, 577, 945. We are 100%, unless I do something horrifically wrong, going to break 1,000 subs on the channel in December. We're going to do a stream. I mean, we may do it. I mean, we're getting about 8 a day on average, I want to say. I mean, we added 12 in November. It kind of slowed down recently because I took it. You're watching this on Monday. I took the last couple of days off to go relax with some friends and my wife, and our kids and all that kind of stuff. If we average 10 a day, right, that would be 5 days. We're at 955 on I'm doing this on December 3rd. We're at 955 right now. If we had 10 a day, we'll hit it in 5 days. That's crazy. Like that is unbelievable. Thank you so much for all of your support. So that's just crazy. 63% growth based on the total in October. So now let's look at the per day stats. Again, we talked about the views dropping down a little bit, but the watch time is huge. 31% increase in watch time per day is, I mean 7,800 minutes every day is unfreaking believable. 60 likes a day, essentially, 13 comments, and 12 subs. And you can see it. You can't see the chart. What is going on? LibreOffice is not playing nice with, or OpenOffice or whatever I have, isn't playing nice with my charts. But okay, so you can see this chart, which is essentially the views, and the view time looks like it, but better. It's like the bars are reversed, and it jumps up in November. So I'm thinking about only doing, this part in the future and not worrying about the charts. And maybe just doing the month before, but it is nice to see kind of like the growth. Like it is unfreaking believable, guys. So that's what's been going on there. Let me kick it back over to the browser. We'll see if there's anything else I need to show you. I really don't think there is. Like I said, we're on 955 subscribers. We're at 9 patrons, which has exceeded my expectations thus far. Some stuff we're going to have coming up on the channel in December is going to be, we're going to do a stream. I'm thinking I'm going to do it on YouTube. I think I asked in the last video, and some people said Twitch, some people said YouTube, but YouTube is a little bit easier. You have to have 1,000 subs, I think, to like monetize your streams. Not that I'm all that worried about that. I kind of just want to do it as a way of saying thanks for all the support over the last 11 months or so, or whatever it is. But if we hit 1,000 subs in the next 5 days anyway, then I don't have to worry about that. So we're going to do that. I'm planning on wrapping up Salvaging Sunderland very, very quickly, like probably like 1 episode, maybe 2. I hope you'll stick around. I have some very cool stuff planned for a club save after that, which we'll get to. So that's kind of like in the wings. If you've been watching the channel, you've already seen the intro for the club save, but I don't want to ruin it. If you haven't seen it, go back and find it. If not, you can just wait until the new series rolls out. We're going to keep trucking along with the Journeyman. I have had some frustration with the database on the Journeyman, but that's okay because we're going to fix it. We're going to move on and do the best we can with it. And I'm thinking about, I don't know if it's going to be December, but I'm thinking I'm going to do some XCOM, or XCOM 2. I already bought the game. It was on sale sometime recently, and I went ahead and purchased it. And that's where I'm using my $10 a month or more patrons. Is in XCOM, you apparently need lots of soldiers that you take out on these, battles and all that good stuff. And you can rename the soldiers to whoever you want. So I have some ideas around that. But one of the ideas is I'm definitely going to be using my patrons and throwing them in. And hopefully not immediately getting them killed, because I've never played XCOM. But that's some stuff that's coming up on the channel. You all have been fantastic. I hope you have a great December. I hope you have a happy holidays. And I hope you keep watching. I hope you get some time off where you can relax and I hope I can be part of that relaxing. I hope you get a laugh out of my channel and my videos. You've been awesome. You can probably by now see some stuff around here where you can take a look at some of the content if you might have missed it, or a direct link to Patreon. And we'll see you in the January 2018 analytics review, and obviously in the next episode of whatever series or series multiples that you're watching. We'll see you then.